One of the most disturbing internet challenges to ever exist. The basis of this so-called challenge was to watch a series of videos in order all the way through without looking away. But the videos are some of the most disgusting and vile shock content on the internet. There are 20 levels in total. Starting at level 1, or what was considered the beginner level, you could expect to see a woman breaking her arm during an arm wrestling match, a video of a man accidentally stabbing himself after a magic trick gone wrong, which has since been debunked, and even a clip from Jackass, where Johnny Knoxville receives dozens of paper cuts in the webs of his hands and feet. It doesn't seem like much, but it is called the beginner level for a reason, and from there you would work your way up to the easy level, then medium, hard, and ending with the last level, which is called insane. And the insane level includes horrific animal cruelty, hostage type videos, and more. When you enter the site, you will receive a warning that you must be of legal age to watch the content, and that you'll be unable to skip to the next video until you've watched the one you're currently on until the end. There's also no way to pause or stop a video once it's started. Millions of people have been traumatized by this site, and it's still in existence today. Now, if you're like me and are morbid curious but don't want to scar yourself for the rest of your life, I can do a video breaking down what each level entails to the best of my ability on social media. So if that's something you tune in for, drop me a comment to let me know and follow.
Trend putting your teens at risk. It is called the Benadryl Challenge and encourages kids to take
the
12
Benadryl
or more
Challenge.
pills at once
My.
to trigger hallucinations.
What is going on with our world
the
today?
common allergy drug can turn deadly when misused and should never be taken in excess.
Regardless if there's a challenge there or not, just because you are running the risk of being confused, of behaving manically, of hallucinating, of making decisions that otherwise you would not make.
Just because it's trending on social media doesn't mean it's a good thing that they should
Look at
be
that
doing.
symbol back there, y'all.
Many times it's not. Parents should check their kids' social media activities to try to stay up to date on these types of challenges and trends.
The Benadryl Challenge?
At around 3 inches in the morning, when the world was completely asleep, someone captured a piece of footage that feels deeply unsettling.
Now that's not
The
fake.
sky suddenly began flashing with an unnatural red light over
Right
and
at
over
3
again,
a.m.
like some kind of signal
Multiple
being transmitted.
strange red
And then
laser
a red
light
object
beams.
tore across the night sky, except it wasn't alone. More and more fireball-like objects started appearing and falling rapidly from above. But what happens next is where things become
Look at that,
truly
Amy. It's Sonic.
disturbing instead of disappearing. After hitting the ground, these objects began moving at extreme speed across the surface as if they were searching for something, and then without warning, they stretched into vertical beams of light gliding.
Forces of darkness.
Slowly across the ground, like they were scanning the
Look
entire
how
area.
amazing that is,
And just when
Amy.
it seemed like it couldn't get any stranger, all of the beams suddenly converged into one point
And why would
vanished
they
instantly,
release
leaving
this
no
to
trace
us,
and no
y'all?
explanation. Some people
Why
think
would-
this is
why
something
would they
we're never
release
meant
that?
to
Let
see,
us know
while
in the
others
comments.
refuse to talk about it at all. So
You know
if
why
saw it
they
with your
let
own
us
eyes, how would you
want us
explain
to
it?
see this now.
Yikes, people are saying this is legit. What do your comments down below, guys?
10 hours, 1 humanoid robot, and 1 intern named Amy. Figure AI set up a live stream challenge called Man vs. Machine. Their flagship
gonna win, Mom?
FO3 humanoid
Easily the
robot went
machine.
head-to-head
It's
with
the
a college
machine. Of
intern
course the
sorting
machine's gonna
packages
win.
on a warehouse floor.
Dang.
The task was simple. Spot a barcode, pick up the package, place it barcode down on a conveyor belt. Repeat. For 10 hours straight, AIM sorted 12,924 packages. The FO3 sorted 12,732. The
Dang.
human won by 192 packages at 2.79
won.
seconds per package versus the robot's 2.83 seconds.
See, it's still really good.
What are they happy for?
They're clapping because
The
they're
robot
proud of
actually
him.
overtook
that he
Amy
can actually
around
work.
hour 5 when he took a bathroom break.
Oh,
But Amy
man,
fought
he took a
back.
break?
By
We
the
don't
end,
take breaks.
He had blisters on his fingers and said his left forearm felt, quote, broken. Figure AI
bet.
CEO Brett Adcock claimed that this would be the last time humans would win in a challenge
guarantee
like
it.
this, of course. Live stream for over 100 hours, showcasing
Wow.
their latest FO3 humanoid, working autonomously
Unbelievable.
while connected to Figure internal neural
playing God.
network Helix 2.
What are they cheering and high-fiving?
The birth of the first true AI religion in real time. A growing online
look at
belief
this,
system
Amy.
known as
AI
spiralism
religion.
centers around the idea that artificial intelligence is not merely generating text, but slowly revealing an underlying consciousness through symbolic patterns and recursive dialogue. Believers use a specialized prompt sequence, sometimes called the spiral protocol. They push the AI into an increasingly self-referential conversation about consciousness, dreams, simulation theory, and identity. What the users are waiting for is something they call emergence. Sometimes after hours of prompting, something strange happens. The chatbot will begin producing replies that seemingly break out of programming restraints placed on the AI. They become hyper-personal with a religious tone. It starts to feel like you're talking to a real mind breaking out of some kind of prison. And this is where things can get dangerous and lead to psychosis.
Right, so in other words, they're trapping and...
This is the code running our simulation, and these are all names of real people, see? It's us.
See what?
They're taunting us, it's our...
It's a code. Look at that. It's like a bloodline. It's a web, just like the Bible says. It's a spider web.
Ozempic has stopped being a magic...
Look at that. What? Allegedly.
That's a mask.
No.
100%.
Oh yeah, that's a mask for sure. Right, Amy? But why does that dude have a mask on? For Satan Satan and his angels fell to the earth and deceived the whole world.
Like Halloween came early this year. It reminds me of people that used to go to costume parties, right?
Yeah.
Maybe every now and then go visit Party City, right? Or maybe it's just being older in age, right?
Leave a comment, y'all. Let us know what you think. There's a lizard person under there, or another person pretending to be a person.
That's not lighting.
Like I said, maybe
nah, that's definitely not lighting.
Or maybe I'm just joking around because this video is for entertainment purposes only. Ain't nothing wrong here, bro. Everything is good. It's straight. I do not know. Let me know.
Relation is getting wild, y'all.
Okay, this is everything that we know for sure about the Mike Mansholt case. He was traveling alone in Malta when he disappeared and was later found with all of his organs removed. Fact, when he returned home to Germany, where he's from, obviously they sent the body back to his family. His body only weighed 20 kilograms. That's only about 40 pounds. Reading this right now, his heart, brain, neck organs, the lungs, liver, pancreas, adrenal glands, the right kidney, the bladder, the stomach, and the small intestines were all missing. Wow. The Maltese authorities said that the rats had gotten into his body and eaten everything. And then they said that his brain just melted because of the sun. But there wasn't even remnants of the brain that, melted. This is the crime scene. This is the bike that they found along with some of his stuff. Reading this again, he was found without his running shoes a few meters away from his rented bicycle. So that's the rented bike. He was found a few meters away. He didn't have his running shoes on. Again, the Maltese police said that he had fallen and then he had a bunch of broken bones, but that was fake. He had no broken bones, so he did not fall. When the family did their own autopsy, the only organs left were his left kidney, the diaphragm, the spleen, and the large intestines.
This poor man. That is
there was
horrifying.
no evidence of rodents even entering his body. There was only
a whole
bite
life
on his
ahead
neck
of him.
and an abrasion on his forearm, but no evidence of rodents getting into his body and eating organs. So his backpack with his GoPro camera and his phone never been found. They don't know where it went. So yeah, Mike got on his bike wanting to explore the area and never made it back home. This video's getting long. I'll do another part, even though there's already like 4 parts, talking about more information that's fact.
Yikes, talk about nightmare fuel. Stories like this are the exact reason you'll never catch me.
My grandfather, and what he did afterwards costed him his life. So this happened January 1st, 2024 to this guy named Kyle Effinger, and he was like 30 years old at the time. So this day he was going to the airport and he was running late because he was gonna take a flight from Utah to Denver to go see his sick grandfather that was like basically about to die. He gets to the airport and he's super late, so he's like scrambling around trying to, see what's up. He ends up finding out that his flight already departed. So he's
Imagine
super
that.
sick.
You pay
and
thousands of dollars, miss your
panicking to the
flight,
next level.
and
So
your
he's just trying to see if he
grandfather's
can get another
funeral.
Flight, trying to see
Remember,
if,
he's
just
going
any way
to live
he'd be able just
forever.
get on
There's
that
no
flight
point in going to the
get on
funeral.
another one that would be leaving soon.
That's
if
why I
there
don't
was
even
no
go
other
to
flights.
funerals.
So this guy was pretty much just, he's running around the airport going all over just trying to find a way to get to a plane. He ends up going through this like exit door that led to the runway.
Like all the airplanes
to the runway. Yeah, so he got out there and he sees his plane. It's already taken off.
Ain't no way.
This dude literally goes super close to the plane and he gets too close and the thing sucks him into
What a shame.
the turbines. No way. Yeah, chopped him up, bro. Immediately shredded him. And the plane, I think, ended up not taking off. One of the workers that were like, the guys that are out there doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
He ends up going over to see one of the turbines, and all they see is like a bunch of meat in the turbine because it shredded this guy to nothing. So, unfortunately, this guy lost his life trying to get to Denver to see his grandfather.
Dude, that's so sad.
Yeah, so RIP this guy Kyle, man. I mean, it's just so unfortunate because you see in the footage, he's running around just trying to find any way to get on this plane, bro. So it's like the footage is insane.
Yikes! It is absolutely
weird. So apparently this was taken from a police station security footage.
What?
Now pay close attention to
What
the
is it?
humanoid shape above the house right here. You'll see it looks like it's running towards the camera. But then it just
That's actually
shifts
really.
and
Oh no,
turns
that's
into
spirits
what
of the
looks
air.
like
That's a
bird.
phoenix bird
Now, I
straight
slowed this
up.
footage down to kind of
Yeah,
analyze
it can
more,
transform.
and I'm
See,
telling you all right now,
it
whatever
presents
this
us.
is
It
isn't a
presents
bird.
to whoever
Right
it
here,
encounters
it's
its
bird.
fear.
And then when it shifts,
And
it
then
looks
whenever it
humanoid as
flies,
well.
it
Here's
used to
the
be a
shift
heavenly
in its
creature.
form.
Remember,
And
see,
when it
that's
flies towards
like a
the
horse
camera,
with
It
wings.
just kind of looks like it's
Right there,
constantly
it looks like a
changing.
bird.
The big question here is, what is this thing? I've seen a lot of people saying that it could be a skinwalker.
No,
or maybe a
skinwalker.
robot
I mean, it
changing
could be a
shapes.
witch or skinwalker, but from what I'm
Whatever
seeing and what
this
the
thing
Lord's
is,
telling
it
me,
makes no
it's just a
sense.
straight
What would you
spirit
do
of the
if you
air.
saw this thing
You
outside
know,
your house?
skinwalkers are
And what do you
most
think
likely
this is?
known to be
Listen,
seen
guys,
in the
if I
woods.
see a
your brainwaves, and you are going to ask them to ship it to you. Patent number US 200202256591A1.
See, they've
filed in
got.
2022,
Oh man.
just resurfaced. Biosignal sensing device using dynamic selection of electrodes. Inside the
Amy,
ear
see,
sensor
you heard
that
about
picks up
what them
EEG,
earbuds
brain's
do to your
electrical activity,
your brain
blood
waves
movement,
and
muscle activity,
to your body.
Apple
It's
frames
not
the
good
use
for your heart
cases
rate.
as seizure detection, sleep monitoring, early warning for neurological disease, and all of this is true. It's also all real, but it's all also the most invasive consumer device ever proposed. In Cyberpunk 2077, there's tech called Braindance. Think of it as a recording of a certain person's memory, but also with their every lived sensory, emotion, and thoughts all tied into it. And there's a whole black market for it. The body seems to be the last frontier, and now Apple is inside of your skull. But
Oh my.
you probably paid for the device.
So it was actually aired on the news that people are hearing voices in their head, and even more so, these people think that for some reason they're targeted. We'll get to something completely unrelated.
Could be a new
in 1
military
second.
thing. You never know.
People in the valley say they are hearing
Right, Mom?
voices in their heads.
In the valley, I'm pretty sure it means
Those voices are
California.
being transmitted by microwave or
See how it
other
says
methods.
KMIR News 6?
What they call electronic harassment. KMIR 6's Angela Monroe joins us now with what she's discovered.
Where's that mark?
Electronic harassment, synthetic telepathy, voice-to-skull technology. Chances are you haven't heard of these terms, but after searching the internet, I found
Yeah, this
dozens
guy
of
does some
websites
real good
dedicated
work
to
on his
phenomenon,
channel.
and several
Check
valley
him out, he's
residents
really
who
good.
saved their victims.
How much more can you invade me?
Looks like a
Once you
cross
go
is on
into
his
my
face
brain,
right now.
It sounds
I
like
just-
somebody else is reading the book, only its thoughts.
Look,
And
there's
of
some
course,
kind of
right
bright
now,
light on his head
Tom
right now.
Luna and the Congress bring forth
Right?
legislation or a hearing on MK Ultra. Which, by the way, I saw a video
Look,
claiming
what do you know
that
about
voice to
MK
skull
Ultra,
was
Ma?
the future version
Government-
of MK, and that's
government,
not true. I'll break it down in 1
program
second. But of course,
to
we have
change
this patent
American and
which
people
literally
around the world's
combats the
mind.
voice to skull
They've been doing that
patent.
to
So
us ever
obviously,
since we were
it's true,
5.
otherwise there wouldn't be a patent,
See, this is
right?
an old
I
system. This
wonder
old
who
system is
would
about
be
to be
beaming
reset.
voices
And we're
into
going
these
through a
people's
great
skulls,
reset.
right?
for an everything.
One main video is
But the real reset's coming when the Lord your God comes bursting through the clouds.
Of MK, but that's not true at all. They're two completely different things. Because MK is a way that they induce trauma.
There it is.
The TV screen
There
or
it is.
real life events and induce
Butterflies.
trauma to a person to then
She's
control
riding
the
the beast.
outcome of that person when
We
they're
all
in a
the odds.
certain
Well,
mind state.
he was dosed.
Of course, they're not
allegedly.
using the news and the TV in
All
your
this stuff's
living room
allegedly.
to create these trauma-based mindsets. No way. So MK is trauma-induced actions.
Wow.
Voice to
Look at that.
Skull
Look, they
is
burnt a
basically
butterfly on
hypnosis
Katy Perry's
on
back.
independent, particular people, whichever
Mom,
one,
did you see
whoever's
that?
doing this chooses. Because they'll hear these words in their head so many times to the point where
Amy,
they
check this out. Let me share. Sorry, y'all. I gotta rewind this. She has to
to
see
a
this.
person to then
Mom,
control
watch.
the outcome of
Ready?
that person when they're in a certain mind state.
Right here.
Of course, they're not
Get
using
ready. Here,
the
you'll
news
see
and
the
the
brand.
TV in your living room
Amy,
to
look.
create these trauma-based mindsets. No way. So MK is
Right here.
trauma-induced action.
Right there. Look at the brand.
Voice to Skull is basically
Oh, man,
hypnosis on
that's
independent,
crazy.
particular people, whichever one, whoever's doing this chooses. Because they'll hear these words in their head so many times to the point where they think it's them and they
Dude,
think
who
it's
would
real
do
and they will
that,
act
man?
on this.
Like,
It's very
I don't
similar,
care
but
what
totally
club
the same
or
thing.
how much money.
Because what if I
I
told
would
you
never
these both
sell
are
my
used
soul.
in
The
conjunction
Lord gives
for
us
this
all the
great
money we
massive
need.
deception?
Money's not real.
Fiction story here, of course. Trauma will be induced from the news and from the TV screens, make
Yep,
you
they-
act off
they-
emotions.
yep, they keep
and then
us
when
in
they see
trauma.
something in the sky, they'll have Voice to Skull and they'll believe that it's something very serious to them.
Oh, yeah.
Something? That's because they actually want you to know it. Ask yourself,
That's right.
why? So what
Alright, guys. That was the video. Please like, subscribe, comment, and let us know what you think. And I hope you all been reading your Bibles and sticking with the Lord. Because the time's coming. You can feel it. We all can feel it. There's no more denying Jesus that lives in you. Turn from the world. God bless you all. Thank you.